This is Emmanuel Tula coming to you again from Christ Channel Network, CCN. As you know, I am the author of the book, Nigeria Deep State. In today's show, I will also be the narrator and the elaborator of the book. And I'm elaborating on the chapter about the corruption by custom inspectors at the Nigeria Port Authority. Let me begin with the examination process of containers clearing at Tinkan Island Port, Lagos, Nigeria, based on my own personal experience. Custom officers may tell you that your container is on red alert and that your physical examination will not take place until another 3 days, because there are thousands of containers to be examined. So you will need to pay custom officer bribe so that customs will schedule to open your container. So before they can open your container for examination, they have somehow legitimized this a corruption system there. That is, they will not set your own container for examination unless you bribe them to do their job on time. Imagine you get to the bank to withdraw your own money from your own bank account, and the cashier refuses to attend to you unless you pay a bribe. That is how the federal government of Nigeria operates our own custom clearing process when you ship goods to Nigeria. In my own experience, my total payment was 400,000 naira over and above the official custom assessment fees. Meanwhile, shipping lines do not charge you day by day. Shipping line charge you upfront. So the shipping company collected thousands of naira as deposit from you upfront in anticipation that the custom officer would delay the release anyway. So a system of collusion by the shipping companies with custom officers that encourages the delay in the release date until your deposit is burnt out, so that you don't get any refund that you deposited at the end of the day. You made a deposit for 27,500 for each day that your container may stay at the port. So the custom officer intentionally set up an examination process and release system in a way that you have to bribe them to release on time. So you find yourself, you caught in between two options. Do I continue to lose 27,500 per day, or give the custom officer bribe to do their job on time? So a system set up by the federal government of Nigeria to enrich the uniform custom officer at Apapa. So that one put the importer in a situation he or she will have to accept paying 27,500 a day as demurrage to shipping companies, or bribe the custom officer, give them money to help you get your container out from the port on time. So if the deposit be paid in advance by an importer to the shipping company and the likes of ports and cargo storage is eliminated today, the cost of clearing goods from the ports in Nigeria will be reduced by 2/3. And so the bribe and congestion at the port will be reduced, because delay in clearing is as a result of deliberate delay by the shipping company, the ports and cargo, and the custom officers, because every law enforcement department want a pie from the storage deposit the importer put down. If you don't give them the bribe demanded, then your container stay there for 27,500 naira a day until Jesus comes, or until they said you didn't come and pick it up, they auction it out. Imagine if you have one container and it's only 1 million to clear it, but you refuse to bribe them to get it out on time. Multiply 27,500 demurrage for how many days you delay giving the bribe. So after the custom officer finally received the bribe from from your own custom clearing agent, somebody you pay to represent you, but it's not representing your interest, but the custom officer. So now, after they collected the bribe, it's time for the container now to be open. So now, on the opening day, the custom officer will tell you, everybody gather, open it now, but they know you cannot actually open the container yourself. There the bribe begins. So you have to look for a door opening laborers, and you have to pay them. So what happens after your container is open? Then representatives of all agencies of the government, they begin to come in to check and inspect, and each of them will collect bribe just for looking at what you brought to Nigeria. So during the inspection process, you must be prepared with thousands of naira in cash in your pocket to bribe openly representative of 7 different government agencies of Nigeria. They were sent there by their boss to collect bribe from the importers of goods to Nigeria. These are the Nigerian Police Force, NPF, bribe for looking at your container. Nigeria Customs Service, NCS, bribe for looking at your container. State Security Service, SSS, bribe for looking at your container. National Agency for Food, Drugs, Administration and Control, NAFDAC, bribe for looking at your container. Nigeria Ports Authority, NPA, bribe for looking at your container. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, bribe for looking at your container. Nigeria Agricultural Quarantine Services, bribe for looking at your container. I don't know by now, maybe they have got coronavirus representative style to come there and collect bribe. Of course, any act of corruption should worry any patriotic Nigerian. But in this case, it is not just the money extortion by the agents of the federal government agencies, but the sheer scale of the sum total of bribes that these uniform officers are collecting daily from the port authority. Suppose in a day alone, this staff of federal government employees who are deep state members and staff of the federal government agency inspected 1,000 containers. That is about 50,000 bribe each container. That is 50 million a day bribe. By that calculation, this employee went home with an illegal collection of 50 million bribe in cash that day. So they collect revenue for the federal government, is true, but they collect for themselves too. And the one they collected for the federal government, what did the federal government of Nigeria use it to do? They use it to pay the salary of the people who are collecting the bribe. And from bottom to the top, that is the root cause of our Papa Port problem. About 10 million bribe daily flying around, which is not going to the Nigeria government account, but to the private pockets of this federal government staff, federal government employee, because they are paid to collect revenue and fee for the government. They collect their fees as bribe, and the government will turn around and pay these same people salary too. Then who runs Nigerian government? I say, who runs Nigerian government? The elected government or the deep state members in uniform? And it's hard for importers not to pay this bribe, because failing to pay these officers there at the port means that they won't inspect your container on the right day and on time. So which in turn means you as an importer, they will move your container to another location because you didn't get it out on time. So when this happens, the importer will not only pay a fresh inspection fee, he also has to incur more demurrage charge from Seafarers Port and Cargo and from the shipping company. So these things are interwoven. You pay bribe to free yourself on time at 27,500 a day charge from Seafarers or MSC, and if you don't scale a process, you can proceed to the next. So you see how complicated it is. After inspection of your container, then the documents are taken to the releasing officer. Oh yes, now you get to the richest man or the richest woman on the block. He has his own bank inside his own office, a uniform officer with his own pay custom uniform currency counters, the releasing officers, the richest man there, unless he knows you, his own bribe on each container is between 10,000 naira to 100,000, depending on what you carry, depending on what you have in your container. So, to sign the release, imagine if this woman uniform did 1,000 container at 100,000, collecting 100 million. So, Mr. President, you think the director you put there did not know that a woman in custom uniform is collecting 10 million a day bribe from importers? And you want to tell me Aso Rock is not aware of what is going on there? Because you cry change. But you only change directors. But you did not change the system. Did you, Mr. President? Is change. You change directors in this agency. You did not change the system.